Shalom, it's Shema Kanini from Sakai, New Jersey, New York. And we're going to go over Lucifer. Who is Lucifer, right? We're just going to jump straight into it. And we're going to get Isaiah 14, because that's where it's found. It's Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So we know it's talking about nations. Now we're going to go over two things. What Lucifer means, and we're also going to go to how it's used in this context right after that. So first we're going to go over what is a Lucifer. What is Lucifer? And let's jump straight into it and get into BLB. The word Lucifer in Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, Strong's H 1966. The word Hayalal, which means Lucifer, light bearer, the shining one, morning star, Lucifer, and there's also another definition of the king of Babylon. We're going to get into that a little later, right? So let's hit some precepts real quick. So let's read it again. How art thou fallen, O light bearer, or morning star, Lucifer, the shining one, from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Now people might say, oh, well, why is it saying from heaven? That's clearly talking about Satan, right? Some people will say that, right? Let's get a precept for that. All right, in Lamentations 2 and 1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel. Remember not his footstool in his day of anger. That's talking about captivity. That's talking about our nation. So this contextually is talking about a nation being brought down, or a king, a person being brought down. The same way Israel is brought down, Lucifer is being brought down, this light bearer, this Lucifer. Let's go to another precept to show that Lucifer is not Satan, because it means morning star, right? We're going to hit a few Revelation scripts. We're going to hit Revelation 22. And we're going to... Give me 1 second. Let me get, boom. Right here. Revelation 22 and 16. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. So, what is that? That's he's the light, right? We're actually going to read up. This is verse 3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God. The Most High is going to sit on his throne, but who is he going to set up right under him? And of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. The Lamb is going to be the king. So he's the morning star. He's the Lucifer. Christ is the real Lucifer. He's the morning star. He's the light bearer, the shining one, right? Let's hit a few more scripts. We're going to hit Revelation 17 and 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So he's the Lord of lords, King of kings. He is the light. He's the morning star. You see that? Right, we're just going to hit. And we're going to be, Most High willing, we're going to get a morning star as well. We're going to read that in Revelation, right? So this is Revelation 2. And we're going to start at 26. And he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. That's rulership. That's a kingship, right? 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. So those who overcome, they're going to get a kingship. They're going to get a rulership. There's more on this. Hold on. They're going to get a rulership over these nations, and they're going to break the nations. They're going to beat them into submission to following God's laws, statutes, commandments, right? Keep going. And verse 28, and I will give him the morning star. Rulership. We're gonna be the real Lucifers. We're gonna be the real Lucifers. Big Lucifers with the little ones, right? So we're gonna be the shining ones, the ones that's gonna shine. Like it says, we're gonna be on top of the hill. That light on top of the hill. That's the morning star. In the morning, you see the stars, you know what I'm saying, and at the crack of dawn, real early, right? Let's see. Okay, so let's hit a few more scripts. We're gonna go to Matthew 5, and that's why it says this: "He that overcometh, will I give the morning star." That we're gonna be the light bearers. This is Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill and cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So if we let our light shine, like it says, we overcome it, we're going to have rulership. That's what that light is. The light is going to be the chief thing in the earth. Just like in the dark, like you said, like you put the light so people could go to it. You don't put it under something. The light is going to be on top of the hill so people could see. People flow to it. What is a king? People flow to the king. Exactly. So now that we got that out of the way, that Lucifer is just rulership, we're also going to get the context of Isaiah. It's Isaiah 14. And we're going to see what it's actually talking about. Right? It's nothing too deep. No, it's really not that deep. It's just, rulership, kingship. It even says in the interlinear, it says the king of Babylon. So let's read it contextually. We're gonna start at verse 4, right? Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Says it in the BLB as well. How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. It's talking about the rulership, the government. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger and persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. The hell is talking about death. That's a whole nother breakdown. The hell is just talking about the grave. It's just talking about the grave in this context. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Talking about the kings. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So that's what I'm saying. It's mockery. Most Most is using mockery against these people, right? That like he's just mocking this king of Babylon. You're supposed to be this great and prominent ruler. Same thing as America. Oh, the best nation. We're the promised land, basically. But everybody wants to be in America. The Most High is mocking America and Babylon, all these kings and stuff. They think they something. They're nothing. Feel me? So let's go. It says, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Saying like you died too. You bleed like how I bleed. You're a nobody, right? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, like it said in the hell. It said hell, right? It's brought down to the grave. And the noise of the viols The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. What's worms? When you're in the grave, your body decays, and the insects eat you. So now it's saying, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Falling from heaven is falling from rulership. We read that in Lamentations 2:1. O Lucifer, son of the morning. What is that? Son of the morning. He's Lucifer, the light bearer, the shining one. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So this ruler, these people were oppressing everybody, and they fell. That's the mockery for them. Right, I'm going to read a little more. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. So we could keep reading on that, but that's pretty much gotten to the point. They're gonna be it's mockery and it's sarcasm. It's like, I thought you was that nigga. Somebody going around saying, yeah, I'm that nigga. I get any girl I want. Yeah, and try to talk to a girl and they turn them down. Oh, I thought you was that nigga. Da-da-da. Where was all that pride, all that pop? But you know, that's a minor analogy, but in a grander scale, this is that. It's like, oh, I'm this best king. We're the best nation. We're the best people. How did you get destroyed? How are you weak? I thought you was the best. You're better than God, ain't you? But they not. They're going to get destroyed, thus saith the Lord. So I hope that was edifying. You know, I hope that, you know, edified you, brothers and sisters that do watch this. I want to first give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to all the elders and, you know, the brothers and sisters that, you know, do, you know, push this truth in sincerity. And I say shalom and kwam yashala.